Hello, my name is Mike Pfaff, and this is my YouTube channel, Living in the Illusion. Now, in this session, we want to start off with a question. The question is this: which comes first, the thought or the action? Which comes first, the thought or the action? Oh, this is going to be interesting. And our topic for today is free will. Free will choices in the illusion. Are they really free? Are they actually free? So let us see where this is going to direct us. Now, this might be a little long, and I may have to put this in 3 sessions or more than one. And they'll be sequential, because I'm going to make them all now, but I'm going to divide them. So we're talking about free will choices in the illusion. Are they actually free? Now, when you think about choices, you usually think about a thought. Well, I have this thought, and from the thought, I have a statement. And so I'm using words to articulate in my mind what my thought is. And from the thought generates a feeling in the body to respond. So it seems to be that the thought comes first. And then you take action based upon all kinds of things. So that's our first understanding. However, outside of you, in this very small planet that seems to be the only place where people have thoughts, humans have thoughts. The cosmos doesn't think in words. There is no words in the cosmos. The cosmos, actions are what they are. And there is no thought. It is the one mind where there's free will. Why? That's all there is. Not going to bump into anything. So that is an interesting idea. Now, you probably thought you made a conscious decision to click on this channel. You thought, well, I made a conscious decision. I saw the title and I said, oh, that's going to be interesting. Or I got to see what this guy is talking about or something like that. And bang, you typed on the channel. Here's the thing. You may not be aware that 95% or more of all your decisions are made in the subconscious mind milliseconds to 10, maybe 15 seconds before your conscious mind is aware. So the conscious mind is like follow-up, because you make the decision and then your conscious mind, along with your ego, rationalizes why you made the decision that you did. And that's how you justify it. And you think you consciously made the decision. But 95% or more of all your decisions are made before you are consciously aware. Scientific fact. Hard to believe. Now, so it really says that you're not directing your life. You are an observer of the play that's going on behind, and then the projection of that play that you have created. So it's not a conscious act, and your conscious mind is just follow-up and rationalization. So these are some of the things that we're going to be talking about, and I'm bringing them to your attention because they're in the illusion, and we don't look at them on a regular basis or understand we're creating the whole thing. So, 95% or more of all your decisions are made by your subconscious mind and out of your conscious awareness. Your mind is an extension of the one mind of consciousness. And it is through that extension that consciousness knows itself. Now, right here we're going to put in a quote from A Course in Miracles that is relative to this, because I'm not the only one saying this. You can also go on YouTube and find other people that are doing a lot of the same kind of things I'm doing and seeing and saying much of the same thing that I'm saying. But here is a quote from A Course in Miracles. And it is this: as we have already emphasized, you'll have to read the Course a little bit before you find out where they emphasized that. Every idea begins in the mind of the thinker. Therefore, what extends from the mind is still in it. And from what is extended, it knows itself. From what is extended, it knows itself. So you may think about the fact that, or think of the thinker as consciousness. Consciousness thinks. Why? Because it's mental. Consciousness is all there is, and it's mental. It's infinite and mental. And that is the one mind, and it's a quantum mind. Now, your mind is an extension of that one mind. Now, I want you to remember that, because we will be discussing that later in our model. Your mind and my mind is an extension of consciousness. And it is through the interaction of mind and body that consciousness knows itself. Now, at this point, I want to give some idea, because everything is interconnected. So I have, two things. Right here, I have my tea for today, which is a black tea fused with oolong. And oolong is, I like to say the word oolong. It kind of sounds kind of nice. And it also has some vanilla and some other stuff in it. And it's quite nice. Now, everything is interconnected. Now, I am holding in my hand, hopefully you're going to see it, a little jar of marbles. So I'm going to move it closer so you can see it. And hopefully, I don't know how the light is. Maybe I got to back it up. Hold on. I don't know if you can see it. Well, I got a picture of it. I'll show you later. But this is a glass jar with marbles in it. So I want you to think about that, and we'll show you a picture later, because I also took a picture. Now, free will. There is only one agent of free will, and that's consciousness. And it's quantum. And like that little jar I just showed you, and it's full of marbles, all the marbles are connected. Interesting. But they're not touching. That's also a scientific fact. Nothing ever touches. You will feel that it's touching. You say, oh, I put my fingers together, they're touching. No. There's always a minute space between them. They never touch. And you can check Google or other sources on that, and you'll find that's true. Now, in the egoic world, we believe there's free will. It's one of our beliefs. Of course I have free will. Here's the thing. If you had free will to choose what you wanted, why would you have the life that you have? Why wouldn't you choose to have heaven on earth? Why wouldn't you choose the best of the best? Because you can't. What do you mean I can't? I got free will. Doesn't fit your purpose. See, there's a purpose in you being here. And what is the purpose? To support consciousness in knowing itself. You are an extension of consciousness. Your body and mind are entangled. That's the body-mind connection. Entangled into one system. So whatever you are doing in your life, living your life, supports consciousness and understanding itself. So you are quite important, and you have a purpose. You probably always wondered what your purpose was. Well, that's it. Now, here's the thing. Now you got to follow this a little bit, and we'll talk about it in the model too. Consciousness, as consciousness changes itself, and it does that in every moment, it knows itself more completely. And since we are extensions of that one mind of consciousness, as it changes, we change. As we change, consciousness knows itself anew, and it changes. As it changes, we change. And then as we change, consciousness changes, and so forth, and so on, ad infinitum, infinite item. You cannot make a free will choice outside of the boundaries of your belief system. You just can't. You can't even think a thought outside your belief system. Now you do change and you do make decisions. Every day, every moment you make decisions, but they are within the boundaries of your belief system. And that means they're determined by your belief system. And from that determination, they're not free. There's always an effect that causes you to make the decisions that you do. So these are the things we want to talk about in this video. Now let us look at the model. And here is our model. This is part of it. And this is the first part. Let me have a little sip of tea here. A little black tea with oolong. Ah, how nice. Now, this part of the model. Now, this is a refresher a little bit, but this is what it is. First of all, this is consciousness up here. It's infinite, has free will. It extends to our mind, and our minds, here's me or you or me, extends. This is an extension. Your mind is an extension of the one mind. And it is quantum. These are quantum fields. So we have one quantum mind. And your mind, your extension, is a field, a quantum field within the one field. And so is everybody else. So you got all kinds of these little combinations. This is your mind-body connection. It is quantum entangled. So that what you do here in the egoic world is automatically known by the mind. And through that process, the mind directs the body. Why? The body is a learning tool of the mind. This is taking place in the classical world, in the egoic world. In the egoic world, all these exciting adventures are happening, and the illusion, this is the illusion, and the illusion, a place to get lost. A place to get lost. So we're all lost. Where? In this egoic world. In this illusion. Believing all the stuff the egoic world has taught us and told us. So now I want to make another point here. And we'll see how it all works out. I said that consciousness is infinite. So infinite is usually, I'll have to draw that a little better, what they call a lazy 8. That's how they represent it. It is infinite. It's a symbol. It's not a number. It's a symbol of a number you can't even imagine. So that's why we use a symbol. We've got no number for it. It's a symbol. Now, here's a symbol. It's infinite. Now, we are extensions of that. So how many people are there in the world? Let's say we divide this by 10 to the 1,000. What's infinity divided by 10 to the 1,000? It's infinity. You probably thought it was a number. No, it's infinity. Now think about this a minute. You are an extension of infinity. What part of infinity are you? I just do this. So, Pilgrim, who are you? You have to think about that, because you're lost in the illusion and you have forgotten who you are. Now, this is the first part of the model. And so I want you to begin to recognize your mind is an extension of the one mind. Well, that's all there is anyway. It is entangled with the body, with the classical world. And it is sending information. Information is flowing back and forth through the entangled connection. And through that connection, consciousness knows itself. And it changes from knowing itself because of this egoic world and the games we play within it. And as consciousness changes, this extension changes. As the extension changes, this interconnection changes between mind and body, and different information is sent. And then the consciousness changes. And as consciousness changes itself through the self-awareness process, the mind changes. Your mind changes. My mind changes. And this interaction changes. Do you see the chain reaction here? It just goes over and, so what's that mean? There's no end. It's eternal. No matter what happens here, doesn't matter. What happens is everything here. This is what the free will is. Watch closely. We're going to talk more about that. So, consciousness is the only agent of free will. I have managed to drop all of my tools and some off my tray. So I'm going to take a moment and pick them up. So, this is the first part of our model. And we are going to move to the next part. And this is the rest of our model. And you're only seeing part of it. Why? I want to make the point here, everything is interconnected. And also, everything, nothing touches. Nothing touches. Oh, that's a strange concept, because we are sure things touch. Now, here is a picture of those marbles. Now, can you see them there? They're all interconnected in the side of that glass. So as they are, do they have free will to move? Before we go on, I want to stop for a second. Now, you see the picture. Imagine, or you can, close your eyes. As you close your eyes, Your eyes are closed. You can't see the picture. Those marbles are quantum fields interacting in that jar. They're quantum fields, and they're just energy. Now, when you open your eyes, which is taking a measurement, you collapse that wave function into what you see. And it is the free will of all of the quantum states when viewed to show you the picture that you have. And when you close your eyes again, it's all energy. It's all interrelated energy until you measure it. And looking at it is a measurement. So that those quantum fields, all of a sudden when you look at them, whoop, they stop. And they stop where they do because of the free will of the quantum field. Now, look next here, our next part of the model. You'll find this model right here. This one here, it was in my first book, and that's when I first started thinking about it. And this here is the if you can imagine now that picture of the marbles. This is that, kinda. It's only 2D here, but it's actually 3D. And all of the marbles are interconnected. Now that's where the little lines are interconnected. It's a matrix. It's a matrix. It's a organization that's all interconnected when you measure it. Now, assume that in this three-dimensional picture is you right in the center here. See, I colored it kind of red. And say you, with your free will, want to move down here where there's another little thing colored almost in red. And so for you to move down there, well, you're all interconnected. How are you going to move? Do you recognize this whole thing, this matrix? It is one thing. It's not many things. It's all interconnected. It's all entangled. So if you want to go down here, the one thing has to change. And how does it change? You are not consciously aware of the one thing. Not in the illusion. In the illusion, you're lost. And you believe everything is separate and not connected. Over here, everything is connected. By the way, that's scientific fact too. You can check it on Google or AI or wherever you want to. They'll tell you the same thing. So it's one thing. So you can really picture one thing and then you over here. I didn't do that. But picture the one thing and you outside of it. So that is all consciousness and you're outside of it. And you want to go over here. And everything around you is the one thing. The one thing has to change. When you make a decision, the whole universe trembles to reach a new balance, to reach a new matrix. Now, by the way, the matrix is just not humans. Everything Everything is connected. The environment, the wind, the ground, the stars, the cosmos, black holes, novas, everything is interconnected. On a conscious level down here in the illusion, we don't see that. We say, oh no, I can make a free will. I can do anything I want. You cannot. First of all, you can't even think of doing anything outside your belief system. So to do something different, you have to change your belief system. And that's just the way the world is put together. Now, as we think about that, I'll take another sip. Now, here is, and we really, on an unconscious level, have known this for a long time. Here is another picture. It's called the flower of life. It's one of the oldest symbols that we have found. It's on cave walls and stuff. Maybe not as precise as we have it here, but it's been there. And what does it say? We're all connected. It's all circles. It's all energy that's together. And so this here, you can't make a free will choice. Get that? Now I'm going to show you why you do and how you can't. But not on a conscious level. Not over here. This is all done behind your conscious awareness. Remember this little formula here? Who are you? You're infinite. No matter how you cut it, you're infinite. Why? You are extension of infinite. You can't be part. There's no part of infinite. Infinite cannot be divided. No matter what you divide it by, it's still infinite. Consciousness has free will. When you know who you are, you have free will. When you don't know who you are, you have no free will. In the illusion, you are lost. Why are you lost? To fulfill your purpose of supporting consciousness in finding out about itself. And over here is this matrix in which you do this, where everything is connected. The environment, the wind, light, ocean, everything. There's nothing that isn't interconnected. And for you to move within that one thing, the one thing is always moving. It's never the same. And that means this information that's coming to consciousness is never the same. And it is changing. And it changes, and you change, and you change, and it changes. And who are you? Behind the illusion. You're the one thing. Oh, there is so much to talk about here in the illusion. And there's so many misconceptions. And our belief system is so strong to keep us here in the egoic world. Because when you know who you are, the play is over. And then a new play starts. Oh, there is so much to think about here in the illusion. And we'll look forward to seeing you again and talking about another interesting subject. Right here, where we always are, in the illusion. Bye now.